I'm Celia coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1948, Lending a Helping Hand. Yes, these things can do wonders in the world of genealogy. And you're probably going, how? I'm glad you asked that question. So there's a lot of different websites out, a lot of different organizations out there that that would like assistance with transcription, with transcribing documents, with checking documents for names, needing photographs taken and uploaded, all sorts of different ways that you can volunteer. So I thought there might be some way that we can look at this, and you can engaging in a genealogy volunteer projects. It's a meaning way for you to contribute to the preservation and accessibility of historical records. There's sites out there like Genealogy. Let's see what else I got here. National Archives, Family Search, and Find a Grave are just four that we've got mentioned in the description below. So if you look in the description below, there's links there that will take you directly to the volunteer sites. And they have platforms where volunteers can participate in various different things like indexing, transcribing, photographing historical documents, gravestones, even if they may want to do photographs of what a particular area looks like today, so they can do a then and now comparison, and opportunities, things like indexing and transcripting, assisting in converting handwritten documents into digital formats, making them searchable and accessible to researchers worldwide. This involves reading historical documents and accurately entering the information in the database. They have a lot of the places have these very high-end scanners that are very good at that are starting to get very good at recognizing different handwriting and things. You just have to go. Some of them you just have to go in and verify that what they have written, what the scanners have transcribed, the scanning programs have transcribed is correct. And you will pick up some mistakes along the way, and you just go in and correct them, that sort of thing. They did this for the 1950 census when it came out. They had hundreds of thousands of people going in and transcribing different documents, and you could go in and you could even search your ancestors' names. And if those particular pages hadn't been transcribed at that time, you could go in and transcribe those pages. It was very cool because I went to do my mother and father-in-law because I knew that they would be in the 1950 census. And unfortunately, those pages had already been transcribed. So didn't get to do this, but I did get to do her father's, the transcription for her father's, with the page that her father was on. So that was pretty cool. You can also do cemetery documentation. You contribute by photographing and documenting gravestones. This effort helps preserve vital genealogical information that might otherwise be lost over time, especially if the gravestones are eroding. Being able to capture them in their most visible state is very good. By uploading these photos and transcriptions, you can aid others in discovering their ancestors' burial sites. To get started, go to the website that you're interested in. There's four listed below. I've got Genealogy, National Archives, Family Search, and Find a Grave. You do not have to have a subscription to any of these. Genealogy is the only one that's on there that actually has a paid subscription to use their services, but you can create a free account to help volunteer. So they've got them there. The links are in the description below. Just go click on them, and then you go and explore the various projects that are available and choose ones that aligns with your skills and interests. Excuse me, I'm talking. You want butt scratches. Sorry. So you go into these things. If you don't already have an account, create a free account, select a project, and browse through the ongoing projects and select one where you can contribute effectively, and follow the guidelines. Each project will have specific instructions. Ensure you read them and adhere to them, because that is to maintain the quality and the accuracy of the data. So if you're doing a transcription, if you're verifying a transcription, you are going to have to verify that the names are spelled correctly. Do they have just the first name and the last name? And are they missing a middle name? Do they have, have they transcribed it correctly? Because there are situations where, what year was that? Totally forget what time period it was. It was in the 1800s, where sometimes a small s was written as a a small s in cursive was written as a small f in cursive. So you had to transcribe you had to figure out what the word was to figure out if that was actually an F or if it was an S. So you got that. So they have very easy guidelines to follow. They do have specific instructions on please check this, click this button if you're not sure about something, because then they'll have somebody else come in and have a look at that one. But the cool part about the benefits of volunteering is a skill development. It will enhance your abilities in reading old scripts, understanding historical contents, and using genealogical tools, which you can then turn around and help with your genealogical research. You have a community engagement, connect with like-minded individuals who share a passion for genealogy and history, and for personal fulfillment, experience the satisfaction of knowing your efforts help others in their quest to uncover family histories. By participating in these projects, you play a crucial role in preserving history and making genealogical research more accessible to you. These are volunteer positions; they are not paid positions, and it's something that you can sit on your laptop and do in the evening. There's time. I'm not volunteering for any right now, but there's times that I'll go in and volunteer for specific projects and things, and when you put it in, some of them, they'll ask you how many hours can you spend a week on these, and you let them know how many hours, and you may get assigned, and if you want to work on this particular project, they may assign you this many names to do because they feel that you'll be able to do those in that many hours. Right now, the GeneNet is also is transcribing the what is it this week? I don't remember what it is. They've already indexed 50,000 sailors. They're working on a project right now from November 26th to December 2nd. GeneNet is organizing a special week dedicated to indexing the U.S. Navy's muster rolls from the Civil War through to the end of the century. And so you go in there, and they and what they are doing is they are looking for. Oh, where did it go? I pulled up the page. Oh, it might be on this one. No, it's not on that one. So the U.S. muster roll is, they've got two time periods, 1866 to 1900 and 1861 to 1865 are the two projects that they're working on right now. Since they started this project in October of 2022, they have indexed over 50,000 sailors. And this is from the U.S. Navy. And in there, they put their place of birth is in there. So they are finding people there, not only American, there's also African-American people, British, Scottish, Irish, and Dutch sailors coming up in the searches and things. So they're all getting indexed. And it says here that the U.S. Navy muster rolls collaborative project consists of transcribing the name of sailors from high-resolution scans by the U.S. National Archives, known as NARA, of detailed lists of sailors taken on the ships in the U.S. Navy from the Civil War period, 1861 to 1865, through to the last years of the 19th century. The roles include Americans, including African Americans, but also English, Irish, Scottish, and even some Dutch sailors. You put in there that whether you're a beginner, you're an advanced on doing these indexing projects, you put the collection that you want to do, and about how much available, if you've got a quarter of an hour, about a quarter of an hour, and you can start indexing, and they'll let you know when the quarter hour's up. But basically, it's looking at what's transcribed here and what's been picked up over here and correcting it and things like that. So if you're interested in volunteering, just go to one of the links below, or if you have a different site that you use for your genealogy research and stuff, go check them out and see if they have volunteer projects. You have to go right down the very bottom of the main at the home page. Go right down the bottom where they have all the fine print area where they'll have quick connect buttons and things, and look for volunteering, contributing. Those are the main words that you come up with. It's volunteering and contributing, and click those things. Even on the front page, they may even have it up higher where they want people to see it, or it may be tucked down on that bottom footer area of the home page. But it is a very rewarding thing to do, to be able to go in there and assist with that. I've assisted on the 1950 census, the 1930 census, and what was the other thing I had to go and transcribe? There was another one. It was another one with like spreadsheets and stuff. It might have been a New York census. one of their 5-year one of the ones on the years with ending on 5. But it is very rewarding. And it does help sharpen your eyes when it comes to cursive writing and the writing styles from different time periods as well. And I say going from that and working, starting with that project, like going in and volunteering and doing some transcriptions for them for 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever time you have, and then turning around and going and doing your own research when you're going through the handwritten documents and things that they've got imaged. It makes it you're into that mode of your eyes have been trained in looking at these transcriptions. Now you can go into the documents that you're researching, and it's very, very quick to pick up the different letters and the handwriting. And that, yes, you will struggle at times, but that already puts you into the mindset. It's like when I was working with one client who had some of their documents were in Mexico. So I had to learn to read Spanish. Well, I didn't really learn to read Spanish. I just learned to pick out specific words in there, because thanks to Family Search, they had a Spanish PDF, but it was a Spain Spanish, not a Mexican Spanish thing. But the words transcribed pretty much the same. And so I was looking for words similar to those that I was able to pick out: father, mother, aunt, uncles, cousins, marriage, birth, deaths, the months, the years, because they wrote them out in the year of, and it was fully transcribed out. It wasn't just written 1850. It was written out completely as 1850, or 1850. That's what it was, 1850. So I had to learn how to read those as well. So after doing something like the transcription stuff and then going over to doing these searches, I got into a rhythm with the Mexican documents where I knew exactly what words I was looking for. I started learning the format that they would use, even though I didn't understand what was there. Then I would type it into Google Translate and it would translate what was there. And some of it wasn't an exact, but it gave us the basics. And the client was actually pretty impressed that when I said, look, I use Google Translate for this because I don't speak Spanish in any way, shape, or form. So I use Google Translate to transcribe these documents. So I don't know how accurate they are, but I've given you an image of the original transcript and of the original image. And I have also given you the transcript of what I got from Google. So you can go log and see that. So I had this is what I typed in, this is what it gave me. So they were able to go in and see that. And it became very obvious that there's certain words that you had to make sure you were included, because if you missed one, like 2-letter word or a 1-letter word, it completely changed the context of the entire sentence. And I looked at it one time and I went, that doesn't sound right. So I went back and had a look, and I had missed transcribing a 2-letter word. I put that in there, the whole sentence changed to make complete sense. So yeah, but helping with these transcriptions, some of them are also looking for translators to be able to transcribe what was the one I saw? Portuguese and I can't remember what the other one was, from whatever the language is that the document is in into English, so that it makes them more searchable for people who don't speak their language. But hey, here is the transcript. Here is a here is the document transcribed in the original language as well as in English. So they're looking for interpreters as well that can interpret written script into into English. Sorry, my brain is fried. I got a really good night's sleep last night too, and we had naps today as well. Look. So if you want to go volunteer, have a look at the 4 that are listed in the description down below that are for GeneNet, National Archives, Family Search, and Find a Grave. They always have projects going on where they need people to transcribe the cursive into searchable English, oh jeepers, sorry. So there's the transcriptions that you can do from the cursive into searchable English, because you can't search an image. So this makes the image searchable by being able to transcribe this information across into their form. They already have the form set up. You just got to see, some of them already have the words there. You just got to go through and verify that the scanner has correctly interpreted the things. Then you have translations for different languages. You also have going out and taking photographs of particular addresses or streets, so they can do a then and now picture. It could be going through the graveyards and interpreting what's on gravestones and headstones and taking photographs of them and contributing them to, there's $1 billion graves is another one too. No, not $1 billion graves, sorry. Billion graves and finder graves are the two ones that I use when searching for cemeteries and things. And they will have, and there's places where you can put images in there. You can put what information is on the tombstone. You may even go to the records office and say, can I please have the information about this particular plot? And they give you who's actually buried in the plot, even if their name is not on the gravestone. And sometimes people will add that to the description on the find a grave thing as well. And some people will go a little further and go, oh, we seem to have a whole bunch of people with the same name here. Let's see if we can hook them all up. And some of them have done it beautifully and correctly, and some it's like, yeah, I know that person doesn't belong in this thing, and neither does that person, and yeah, definitely not that one. So there are errors on some of the sites, so being able to help with that information too is awesome. So go out, check one of the 4 sites down below, or in the description, or go to one of your favorite search engines for genealogy information and see if they've got places there where you can volunteer to help transcribe, interpret, transcribe, or what was the other word? Transcribe and translate. Take photographs, upload them with information. There's all sorts of tasks that are going on that they're looking for people. And this is what you can do online. Some of these sites also have an in-person volunteering program where you can be in person at the actual facility and helping out however they need help out there as well. So there's volunteering for in person and there's also volunteering online. I'm just highlighting the online stuff tonight because it is so easy to go in there and just sign up and help transcribe. And it also helps you too with thinking away when you're entering the information. You're sort of like, oh, I think I have some people that was in the US Navy during that time period. And so now you put that on your to-do list and carry on doing your transcriptions. But it does help you with your research. It can help you find breakthroughs that you may be missing. It's sort of like, because sometimes when you're doing work like this, you suddenly get inspired by an idea. And so write it down and carry on with what it is that you're doing online. So if there's any questions that you have about it, please feel free to private message me. I'm happy to talk to you about it. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Just scan the QR code up here and you can go subscribe for our YouTube channel. We are in a competition and I can't remember where I'm supposed to end the competition. I have to go back and look at my notes. Yeah, we need some subscribers, please. You can always unsubscribe later on if you wish. And you can subscribe so that you know where to find us, or you can even put the notifications on so we can tell you whenever we've added something new to the YouTube channel. So with that, thank you very much. And we will get out of here and go out and have a super fantastic sparkling